This is Stephanie O'Neill.
Good morning.
Doesn't she have a face for TV?
For radio, maybe.
She's on a TV show sometimes on Channel 22,
Yes.
so that's why I say that. Stephanie, could you tell us, I know you were sitting at home one day, and the Lord's still small voice spoke to you,
Yes.
and he led you. Could you tell us
Yes.
about that?
So as most of you know, I've been dealing with breast cancer. But what I haven't shared is how I found it. So I'm sitting at home one Thursday night watching TV. My husband was outside, and all of a sudden, not audibly, but in my head, I heard, "Check your left side." And I was like, I don't know what, check your left side. And I was like, well, okay. And I was like, and right on the top was what I felt a golf ball sized lump. And I was like, okay, well, that's new. I was due for a mammogram, but in my ignorance, I thought there was no breast cancer in my family, so I can't get it. Wrong. 85% of people who get breast cancer don't have it in their family, ladies and gentlemen, actually. Get those mammograms. So I was like, okay, well, I need to go get checked. I wasn't even concerned about it, even though that still small voice spoke to me. So I went for the mammogram. Of course, it came back, and they said, yeah, this looks suspicious. I'm like, still, nah, it's nothing, because I've had cysts before and everything. And then I went for the next test, and it was somebody I knew, actually, that was doing the test. And she was like, Stephanie, yeah, we're going to have to get something done. I said, well, just tell me. You know me. She said, I'll just tell you there are great doctors out there. So at that point, I was like, okay, something's happening here. But what was crazy was once I went and got all the tests done, that huge lump disappeared. And all that was left was the small lump that was inside. So I'm sure it was the Lord getting my attention, because had I felt only the small lump inside, I wouldn't have gone so quickly. I would have gone eventually. Even though the Lord spoke to me, I still don't think I would have gone so quickly. So 2 days after Christmas, just this last year, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Funny side story. We go to the doctor. She goes through everything. I'm going to have 2 incisions and all this that's going on. And then she gets to the end. She said, are there any questions? The one question my husband had was, when can she shoot a gun again? Because we want to go hunting. The look on the doctor's face was awesome. I said, you've never been asked that? She said, I have never been asked that before. So 2 days after Christmas, I was diagnosed. Here we are, Easter. In 2 days, I finished my treatment, and I'm done.
Awesome. And I know the outcome, what the doctors are saying, it's very positive.
It's all His grace and His mercy and your prayers. I have never had that black cloud hanging. In fact, there were times I'd be going about life, and I'd have to remind myself, oh, yeah, by the way, you have breast cancer. Let's get this taken care of. There was never the, why me? In fact, one of my initial thoughts was, thank you that it's me, and that it's not my daughter or my mother or my sister, because we got this. I'm good, you know what I mean? The outlook is great. They're saying the low risk of reoccurrence, I'll have to be on medication for a while, and that's it. 3.5 months. I feel like I want to do a mic drop for Jesus.
And you were back at work pretty quickly after
2
your
weeks.
surgery.
Oh, yeah, a little over a week and a half.
Yeah.
I was back at work, yep.
So you never had that days of what if? Did your mind never go down those black holes? That's awesome.
We had relatives that, we would be talking about something, and I'd say, oh, I want to do this, but I don't know what's going to happen. And they'd be like, what's going to happen with what? And I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm going to have chemo. And they're like, oh, yeah, we keep forgetting because you don't seem like you are burdened.
You don't care. Excuse us while we have a conversation. She messaged me on Facebook one day and said, I just don't let anyone know I'm telling you this, which you just said I could say this, right? Okay. And she said, I have faith that Jesus is going to heal me, and I have faith I will live. But if I'm wrong and if he takes me home and my healing is there, this is what I want at my funeral. And you were very descriptive, and I started to cry. I was on Facebook. And I said, I will keep this, or maybe you messaged Eric or something. You messaged one of us, and maybe he told me, and I was crying. But we will keep this, and we will save it, because we want your wishes, but we know Jesus is going to heal this. And this is not, the enemy will not win here. And he's not winning, and you are living, and you are alive. These testimonies are awesome because it just shows that, when we put our faith in Jesus, it doesn't mean life's easy. It just means he's with us. It means he holds us. It means he carries us. And so these are just, and it's so important because with the church family, they can help carry you too and pray for you. And honestly, we don't have the words to pray when we're going through it ourselves. And so it's just an awesome testimony of what Christ has done and going to continue to do in your body. And she has also said, radiation treatment, whatever, no superpowers yet, but I'm still seeing if I'm going to get them. So no superpowers yet. Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Awesome. Thank you.